we're gonna have to get rid of the chat because they're gonna have spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm also gonna add that you're not gonna see any of this in the video because you got copyrighted last time and I had like 10 seconds of Woman's World, so you know, I have to be careful. Fanta.
Atención a todos los pasajeros con destino a las Islas Baleares. El atraque del
She's on the ferry. Directed by Stills. Produced by Beyond the City. Okay, because that's the end. Shit, that is the end. Inside Your Butt edition. Alright, well, I was really quiet. I didn't say anything during the video because, well, we're already 5.5 minutes in. I think this song was a bit longer. Let's see. Starts at about 3:20. So it's a little longer than Woman's World. Okay. And I wanted to say, there's a lot of comments I want to say. I want to go back.
Today, not tomorrow, not next week.
Go away, Kamala Harris. The album, I'm screaming. See, we're gonna get into some things. Looks like good comments. People like it. So far. 50,000 views already.
Today is the day I hope you will donate to support our...
So, 3:45. Wow. So it was longer than I thought. The actual song starts at about like 10 seconds, and it ends at like 3:20. That's like 3 minutes and like 12 seconds or something. Something like that. Woman's World is 2:43. So Lifetimes is like 3:13 or something. Apparently Justin Bieber has a song called that too. 3:12. Yeah, wow, I got it on the money. I was like, it's like 3:12. I was right. I should have said 3:13. 3:12 was the guess. But yeah, it's a little longer. People were like, it's gonna be 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm like, no, it's not gonna be that short. But it's a little longer than I thought actually. Oh yeah, also I want to notice that the watching was lower. I think it was at 34,000 for Woman's World. This one had like 21,000 at its peak, I noticed when I was looking at it. We still know that 143 is coming out on September 20th still. Actually, let's go on the website. Let's see if there's a CD single for this one. Sorry, there's a um, there's a fly that's been bothering me all day. Ignore my tabs. I'm sorry about that. So, can we just go to her website? Let's just go to katyperry.com because I don't know what this is. Loading. My computer is slow. Loading. My computer is slow. The computer's so slow, it don't know how to load it. It got one job. It does need to connect to another server on the internet. It's not like this isn't freaking cached by now. It's been on this website so damn much. Why won't it load? It's gotta cache. It knows its destination IP address. Why won't it load? It knows its destination IP address. Why is it so slow? Why is it so slow? Why is it so slow? I'm not even joking. What the hell? Is the page just down? Okay, no, it's not. That was weird. Alright. So, that fly's so bothering me so bad. Let's go to the store. Here we go again. Hopefully her app don't crash again. I meant website, but app went better. Alright, so cassette, standard CD. Which this? I bought this, and I bought. There's a 143 signed CD now? Since when, motherfucker? Why is it the same price as the regular CD? I'm feeling like an idiot. Well, now I'm mad. I want that signed one. Divine. So for sure I only bought the standard. No, how could she do this to me? I want to pay for shipping for one thing. Add to cart. No, I don't want 143 cassette in my cart. I don't know how to. Okay, we'll do this later because it's so slow. Um, so nothing new for Lifetimes, I guess. There's no Lifetime CD. Um, I like this comic. Can we just pretend that Woman's World didn't happen? This is the actual first single for the album. The fucking fly is pissing me off. It's been circling around me for the past half hour. I don't know why. I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, let's get into the music video. The thing that I can actually do. We have to mute it. Oh, shoot, perfect pause. Okay, so this was one of the first things I wanted to talk about. This is the official, I think the official track list for 143. We're in HD. 1080 is all I get on this laptop. Um, oh my god, I can't read that. There's features on here, but they're like impossible to read. Maybe I can somehow get 4K on here. I don't think so. Okay, I think that helped a little. I don't know. So, Woman's World that we already know about. I wonder what the hearts mean. Maybe she likes those better. I have no idea what the heart means. Because it doesn't mean single, because Lifetimes doesn't have a heart. Gimme Gimme featuring 21 Savage. We heard about that one. Gorgeous featuring Kim Petras. I'm His, He's Mine featuring Dochi. Dochiel? I can't read that really. Crush. Lifetimes. All the Love. Nirvana. Artificial featuring JID. Jid? Is that what that says? Truth and Wonder is the last song. I have to see if is that Jid a person? This guy? Oh, Enemy. That's the guy that raps on Enemy. So Jid is this guy.
Look,
This is
okay,
Jid.
I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be.
I can't play it that long because I'll get copyrighted again. But that's Jid. I thought I recognized the name. It was like Jid. Why do I feel like I've heard that before? So yeah, that's Jid. So 21 Savage on here as well. So some big names. Kim Petras, also pretty big name, and then I don't know who this Dochi person is. I'm gonna look them up. Dochi, yes, this person. Oh, who is she? I don't think I know any of this stuff. This isn't stuff I know. This is a new artist, it looks like. That's probably why I don't know who they are. Yeah, they're relatively new. Never heard of her before. 22-year-old, now she's the same age as me. She started off on SoundCloud? That's funny. Spooky Coochie, what the hell? That's a weird song title. So is that real? She actually put a billboard like that? I think it might be real. I heard the helicopter is real. Uh, let's see if I can find it. Uh, someone posted about it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Katie might be live again. Who knows? Oh yeah. So here it is. The helicopter in Katy Perry's Woman's World music video is real, and then here's the video of it. Here's her on in the video, and then here it is in real life. I didn't realize it said KP6143 on it. I thought it just said 143. That's funny though. That's hella cool. I don't know how they got this video or who got the video, but maybe it always did say that. I just don't remember. But yeah. Well, isn't the KP logo on this video too? Can't see it. It's on there, I'm pretty sure. You know what? You need to die, motherfucker. What if I was like saying I had a butter sock instead of just an actual regular sock? Get off my glasses. What are you doing? Motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Apologies for that. My language too. I have to cut that out. And I wonder, yeah, this is probably real too, knowing Katy Perry. She goes pretty far out there. And here she is on a yacht. She was taking these photos that she was posting. We go back to Twitter. We just go on notifications because she posted something in here. Oh my god, my Wi-Fi is just bad today. Oh, so she just posted about Lifetimes. Oh, wait, I forgot. I can't play it. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I was ask for pre-saving Lifetimes. So this is all from Lifetime's music video. We know that. This is also from the music video. This is too. I think all of her last posts were. This I don't remember seeing this in Lifetime, so maybe I have to rewatch it. So yeah, most of this stuff. This is all Lifetime stuff. All her most recent posts, which is incredible. She doesn't usually do that. Usually posts about like shoes or some crap. I say crap because I don't want to swear, but yeah. So yeah, that's something else I was gonna post about. I think this is the clip of the people dancing that once she so these are like the ones she invited for the Lifetime's listening party, and this actually went in the music video. I didn't show it yet, but this is all in the music video. I hate how TikTok turns on the audio, or Twitter turns on the audio. This is Women's World because we're still in the Women's World era. Wow, she moved on pretty fast from Women's World. That was only 8 days later. But after Women's World, see, we saw the yacht photo. Cool. Is there anything before that? España. So this is Spain. I thought it was Mexico the whole time. That's the Spanish flag. España, as I said, helmet. But this totally is totally a Harley's in Hawaii moment. Total Harley's in Hawaii moment. Like literally. Totally Harley's in Hawaii moment. I'm even gonna pull it up right now.
Our local news keeps us informed when others won't, but it's under siege from big.
And I have to unmute it again so I don't get copyrighted. I think it's towards the end. Yeah, this part. It totally reminded me of this so much. But this guy's not even running with the helmet. Like, he didn't even have a helmet in this video. I remember when this video came out. It wasn't really that long ago. I don't know. I wasn't in my likes yet. It's weird. So there's a guy on the motorcycle again, but really the last scene reminded me the most of Lifetime's The Bar. But this is crazy. Like, did you know that she actually went out of her way to get a motorcycle license to film this video so she can ride the motorcycle in the video legally? She actually went out and got a motorcycle license to ride the motorcycle. It's crazy. She was so all out. Not even with this music video, but like all of her music videos is crazy. And I'm not sure what goes on, why they're fighting, but and then I like the dough thing. I think I went too far forward. I thought, oh yeah, no, yeah, it did. So that's like, I don't know. Everyone was saying it was something. I thought like Orlando or something, because there's like hearts next to it too. And also, this was the Never Really Over logo. I'll never forget that. I missed Never Really Over era. That was really cool. I missed that. This seems so teen's dream. I don't know why I thought that, but okay. Now back to this similar scene, except she's not wearing a helmet. It's the other guy wearing the helmet instead. This reminds me more of Teenage Dream than Harvey's in Hawaii, actually. Oh, they gave her a fist bump. Oh shit. So this is the Lifetimes party, listening party. And then she throws the pizza. Oh my god, I don't see that again. We gotta make a gif of that. Here's our gif. Oh. Uh, no. It's like a thing now. She just throws pizza at people. I wish she'd throw pizza at me. Yeah. Just I think it's really cool that she put the listening party stuff in the music video. Very cool. Very lucky to be one of those fans. Oh, and then the beach again. Man, that really gives me Teenage Dream vibes when they go to the beach in Teenage Dream. Yeah, it's like memories there. Oh, 5,000 comments already. This should have been the single. It should have been the single. I agree. I don't know what she was doing. I wish she was cooking with Women's World. Hopefully the comments stay positive. I don't know. I think they will. I heard that this is also produced by Dr. Luke. We can check now. Her top 10 at any point. It was never here. Oh, wait, it's right here. It's 7. Never mind. It is one of her top songs on Spotify. Um, and we're gonna look at the writing credits just to make sure, just to really see if it is Dr. Luke. And yeah, there he is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is there 8 writers on this song? 8? 8 writers? That's absurd. We need 8 writers for this for. Like, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I should even say that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 12 lines in the entire song. Like, literally. There's 12 lines in the whole song. And somehow it took 8 people to write 12 lines. I don't know how that's possible. That's insane. This is like walking on air if it had 12 writers or 8 writers. I feel like the number of writers gets progressively longer as her albums go on. I'm actually gonna check walking on air now. There's no way it could be that many. This one has like just as many lyrics as the other song. Well, Lifetimes. This actually kind of, Lifetimes actually kind of reminded me of this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's better. I mean, probably shouldn't even have taken 5 for this song either. And she's even had Dr. Luke on that one. But to tell you the truth, number of writers doesn't matter because when it comes to crediting, the way she credits people is she'll if they make like a suggestion in the room, hey, let's say we did this instead of this word. She's like, okay, I'm giving you credit for that. Like she has like a team she works with in a room, and they kind of help her brainstorm. So it's really her song, her ideas. They just kind of help give her ideas and make suggestions and kind of improve upon what she's kind of doing, what the lyrics is, and what her ideas are. Kind of just be there and help her out. Really, she's the main driver, the one that steers the ship. Really, if you've seen videos of her, like the power one, which maybe I'll link it in here If you've seen those videos, even the Snoop Dogg one, California Girls. She owns the ship. You know, she takes control. This isn't where everyone else in the room starts writing a song. She says, "Hey, can we do this instead?" It's the opposite. They say, "Can you do this instead?" She's the one writing. It's the opposite of what some people may say. But it's a bit repetitive. And oh, this is the thing I was going to comment on. I don't like that the beat didn't really change at all. There was no beat drop. It was just the same dum 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 beat the whole time. And that's fine. I was just looking for some variation. It was kind of like almost no beat change. Like when it hit the chorus, it barely changed. It seemed kind of a flat song. Like you kind of had the same vibe the whole way. When you listen to like Teenage Dream or the one that got away, you have this hit of the chorus. Like it's like boom comes in the chorus, you know. Like Teenage Dream's way different. Right? But then after like the first or second beat drop, the beat just stays. It doesn't change. And it's like, why? It's not as exciting to me as like in Teenage Dream where it's like the chorus. I love it. It's her best chorus. It's actually ranked by the Rolling Stones as one of the best choruses of all time. One of the best of all time, and I still agree. It's an amazing chorus. It's her best chorus. And I think E.T. has like her best bridge too. Just like there's no bridge on this track either, which is lame. There's one verse. Like I said, after that first verse, it's just don't the whole time. And it's like, okay, why? Which I think she originally made the song for like a club to be in a club setting, which is fun. We like to party. You know, we saw that the clips here. Yeah, that's cool. So I want to say Katie wasn't. I don't know. She had her phone out there, but she wasn't messing around when she's talking about the KP sex. You know, she was not fooling. I mean, we already knew with Woman's World, but she ain't playing. I mean, look at that ass. She ain't playing. I want to comment about the whole controversy right now. Now, obviously, Woman's World was undeniably going to be better accepted than Woman's World. There's not a single person that said this is worse than Woman's World or this is bad still. But, you know, there's been controversies I've been wanting to talk about with Woman's World and just Katie's comeback in general. This one also is with Dr. Luke, so I had a few things to say about it. I already pre-recorded this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I'm just gonna cut that in and put it here now. Just have it so you know my opinion on things and what I have to stand for because it's too important. I didn't want to ignore it, and I was thinking of a time when I could include it. I think now is a good time to include it, and yeah, it's great to see people appreciate Katie more now. Today is going to be a semi-important video. It's a follow-up kind of to the Woman's World reaction video, and as I was kind of doing cuts for it, I was noticing that there's a lot of hate around Katy Perry lately. Like I'm talking like um, witness level, like 2017. I was a Katy Perry fan back then, so I can like reasonably compare this. Like I'm not just like bull crapping you guys, not making up shit. I just said bull crap and then the S word, whatever. But you get the point. I'm not making this up. It's serious, and I think it needs to be addressed. This needs to be addressed. You could call this a Katy Perry hater compilation, part 6 or 5, sorry, if you really want to. But really, this is just to speak out to the haters because there's been a lot of them lately, and I just want to address some things that have been coming up that I think needs to be addressed. Now, first of all, Woman's World just made a video on it. Just came out last week, last Thursday, the 11th. And this was Katie's post about Woman's World. And if you read the comments, now the first ones are just fans because I follow them. Look, see, they don't have that many likes really compared to some of the other ones that are get thousands of likes that are kind of hate comments in a way. How on earth did you think writing a song about women empowerment with Dr. Luke was a good look? The whole video is marketed for men and defeats its own point. It will not be streamed Woman's World because it's Dr. Luke who does not support women who support rapists. Except this person's probably a Kesha fan, so it's hard, and they're love Danny. Okay, they're obviously Kesha fans, so that's kind of although they got 7K likes, so Still, sorry, babe, but the song wasn't. Person didn't like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people I've seen on the internet saying Woman's World's so bad. I don't like it. Some of her own fans don't like it. Like this guy. He actually told me, uh, I just don't think Woman's World is a song worthy of making a comeback after not being a main pop girl for so long. This is a fan that I've known for a while that I've been talking to. So some people are saying it's terrible. Some people think her new song that I haven't given a chance to look at yet. I think it's called I can't remember what it's called right now. We'll look at it later. But she has a new song she's been teasing that might be the next single. It's also produced by Dr. Luke, so that's another thing we need to talk about. Um, so here's Woman's World here, and I showed it at the end that if you look at the credits, it is in fact written by Lucas Gottswald, who is Dr. Luke, and also produced by Dr. Luke. So that is an issue of concern. This person's watching and streaming. They have less likes than some of the hate comments, though. And that's the one thing. Like, sure, people make hate comments, but if they're in the minority or if they're not getting any likes, obviously no one cares, right? But, and no one's really said anything about Katy in recent years, even. This is kind of a more thing that's been starting up. Even when Smile came out, people really liked the general public actually was a pretty big fan of Smile. There wasn't a lot of hate comments around Smile. And I also want to mention, and I'm going to read off them. There are a lot of reviews on iTunes on 143, and they're not good. I'll tell you that. And the reviews are the worst that I've seen since Witness. It's only 3.5 stars. Smile has like 4. Every one of her albums has more than higher ratings than 143 has, except for Witness. That's how bad it is. This is Witness level hate we're talking about here. And I'm looking at the screenshot right now. I'll take a screenshot for you guys. Um, we are at war. I will say that. The Kitty Cats have started, we have entered a new war with another fan base. This is like the Lady Gaga Little Monsters War of 2013 is starting back up, but this time it's with Kesha fans. It is the war of Katy Cats versus Kesha fans. I don't know what they're called. We are officially, it's not official declaration, but I'm going to say right now that it's an unofficial declaration of war between Kesha and Katy Cats fans. Um, that this is a fan war that is currently ongoing. That has started just in the past couple weeks, really. After this, there was news that Dr. Luke was working on 143, and multiple songs that we have been confirmed to. Um, Multiple songs by Katy have been confirmed to be written and produced by Dr. Luke, just like A Teenage Dream, Prism, and One of the Boys. Um, now, a lot of fans used to speculate that, oh, she's just in a contract or something. I don't think that's true. But before I look at the contract, I'm going to read some of the reviews for the album on iTunes, which has 11 songs, has 310 reviews right now, 3.5 stars. It has almost as many 1-star reviews as 5 stars, by the way. First one says Kesha Forever. Sorry, Dr. Luke. Okay, 2 stars. No faith in her at all anymore. I'm a moderate fan who is optimistic for Katie's return. Don't know what a moderate fan means, but okay. This just proves that she's done. If she can't be innovative with her sound and write modern lyrics, I'm gonna check out. This is me checking out along with a lot of other moderate fans. I think they mean like non-super fans. My advice: be innovative, Katie. However, I will hear each song of the new album at least once. But the snippets I heard don't give me hope. I will make a final judgment once that full album drops. Very disappointing. So, for those that don't know, Katy actually was leaking a lot of the album herself on a I think it was Instagram live stream, where she was like releasing a lot of the song herself. Kind of like the Smile Sundays is kind of what she was doing. Anyways, You literally fell off a long time ago. Maybe go back to American Idol, someone says. Someone says she's no longer at her prime. The last time I liked a Katy Perry song was 10 years ago, which is actually what most people say. Most people I talk to, will either say, "What happened to Katy Perry? Why isn't she making any music anymore? What happened to her? I never hear about her anymore." And I'm like, well, she's still around. She still makes music. People just don't care anymore. They don't like her music, and she's just forgotten about. And some people will say, no, well, I just don't like her new music at all. They just don't like it. And I'm like, well, it's really no different than before. A big thing for Katy Perry is she's lacked a lot of innovation that some artists have done. She hasn't changed a whole lot since 2010, really. I mean, Witness was a bit different. It was different. And Prism was even different from Teenage Dream. Smile was kind of similar to like Teenage Dream Prism era. And it seems like we're kind of going down that same route with 143. Clearly, fans aren't feeling nostalgic about Katy Perry. They're saying, "Oh, Katy Perry's career is over." To tell you the truth, her career's been over since Witness, and I've made documents on this. I've documented this. I've written about this. Her career's been over since Witness, and now could it have been revived? Potentially, maybe, but the general consensus, the public's view of Katy Perry had been tainted, and she waited too long to have a response. She also waited too long to release Witness in the first place. She got way too involved in politics, and she changed her physical appearance so much. It was hard for people to make the connections that this is Katy Perry. You look at her and you think this isn't Katy Perry. This is some other bald woman that I don't know. That's making music that's different, or at least different sounding a little bit. Without Dr. Luke, her biggest producer back then before Witness, which probably shouldn't have worked with him anyway. But it was a different Katy, and people weren't used to it. They didn't like it, and then it was too late. By the time she started to go back, it was too late. People had already had their own mind set on her. The fans had already been leaving and escaping, and by the time she came out with her new album, she had no fans left. And that's what we've seen. With every new album, she's losing fans. She's not gaining fans. She's losing more than she's gaining, and I'm seeing it with every album ever since Witness. Witness was actually not that bad. Witness was still successful because people knew her. She still was a worldwide name. That's when people started to leave her. People started to leave her during Witness, and they didn't come back, and they never came back. And people used to say, "Oh, Smile was a one-off thing because it was kind of an impromptu release. She kind of said it suddenly. She didn't like say when the album was gonna come out. It was kind of like you ask Alexa, and it was during COVID and blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay, maybe I'll live up to the excuse. Maybe she can't have another comeback. Smile to come out at a weird time. She's also having a baby. It was very complicated. Hard. It wasn't like a lot of promotion behind it. The singles were barely promoted. I don't even remember what the singles were for the album. I mean, Never Really Over, but that was way before the album was even announced. So I was like, maybe there's a shot for this one because she put a lot more time, effort, and thought into this album. She's been teasing it for over a year. And so I thought maybe there's a chance, maybe there's a possibility something can happen. I want to be optimistic. In the back of my mind, I really wanted to be optimistic, but I also kind of knew it wasn't going to be good. I mean, I thought it might be good, but I knew the rest of the world wouldn't think it's good. The general public wouldn't like it, and that's kind of what we're seeing. I'm not. I'm disappointed, but not surprised. I think that's the phrase I would use: disappointed, but not surprised. Of the kind of reaction around this single. So here we go. Here's the YouTube comments now. Feels like a parody of feminism gone wrong. This looks like something that would be a satire for feminism and the boys. They didn't care about Katy. And that's not just this person. It's Trisha probably has more fans than Katy at this point. I hate to admit that. She sent back feminism 100 years with this. Wake up and get real. Honestly, this feels like a parody. Yeah. You can read this comment here if you want. It's too long. I don't want to make the video like years long. You can feel the desperation to be called mother by aging millennial gays. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of an old term now. It's as if feminism was written by AI. I actually love Katy Perry, but she just tried to promote feminism by having female construction workers messed up the job, accidentally dropping a email on her and having yeah. Oh my god, the Ozempic accusations again. A feminist video was directed by Andrew Tate. I kind of thought the same thing, but I thought she was kind of making fun of Andrew Tate in the video. I mentioned him even by name. I think it's like making fun of Andrew Tate. Like people like Andrew Tate. Like that view of feminism. I think it's like making fun of people saying feminism is far left liberalism and blah blah blah. Like people make fun of feminism. I think it's making fun of people that make fun of feminism. I think I could be wrong, but this person is sort of right. This has to be an SNL skit. Okay, I'm actually trying to find a positive comment now. I'm not even joking. You're living in BoJack Horseman. I wish I could see the dislikes because I know it's really bad. And I remember when Swish Swish and Bon Appetit came out, they had about the same or like to dislike ratio as the Gummy Bear song, which was a very widely disliked song. Very widely. It was like almost as bad as Baby by Justin Bieber. I think one of the songs maybe was even worse, which is the most disliked video on YouTube, or second most now because the YouTube Rewind. But yeah, people I can tell hate this. They hate it. Clearly written and directed by Dr. Luke. It kind of does sound like Dr. Luke. Okay, this is the only comment I think. 10 million in a week. I don't know if that's good or bad. Huh. This person's a fan though, because that's a Never Really Over symbol, which Never Really Over is one of my favorite eras that she had, actually. Change to the Rhythm and Never Really Over were great. Loved them. Anyway, the algorithm hates Katy Perry. Just look at the first video on the recommended. Katy Perry's officially lost the plot. I don't even know what that means, lost the plot. I haven't even attempted to watch this. Katy Perry's stuck in 2016. Everybody's saying that. I don't know what they're talking about. Here's Swish Swish. I bet you has better comments than the fucking this video. Actually, you know what? Let's check. Let's check. Okay. Nikki. This clip on 2024 cringe and nostalgia. I didn't mean to do that. How many effects do you want, Katie? Yes. Hope I want. When I was a kid, this was my favorite song. Let's see how many legends are listening to this incredible song. How to win in basketball. Let me. Justice for a Witness is happening. Hear from the Rich Eisen's Bill Walton story. Oh yeah, Bill Walton. It's been 3 years. I still have no clue what this is all about. But I'm always here to vibe. Another hit from Katy Perry. See what I mean? This video used to be filled with hate. People used to hate this video like with a passion. And now the comments somehow look better than her newest song. So people somehow liked Swish Swish better than Woman's World. I mean, she had so many hits. It wasn't until Witness that things really went downhill. And then, like I said, the excuses with Smile, like he said.
Woman's World feels like an attempt to return to her earlier pop empowerment.
See, this is what everybody says. I told you this earlier in the video. This is what everyone says.
Tracks. It's a synthy pop production with her.
People hate it, but that's what they wanted. And then when they get what they wanted, then they hate it. It's like, what? You get what you get, don't throw a fit. Go to a restaurant, you order nachos. I want nachos. You get the nachos. I didn't want nachos. That's how people are right now. They're little babies.
Expected build up and catchy chorus.
All right, well, we've watched enough. We get the plot of what he's trying to say. Basically, the same argument that all the Katy Perry haters are saying right now. Facebook mom. Everyone just hates. Like, all the comments are. I mean, any person that would click on this is probably going to hate her anyway, so. Ugh, Katy Perry, Honest. I hate Honest. He's the worst. He actually made a video about Katy Perry during the Witness era. And I watched it. I hated it. It was so bad. I even put him in the hater video. I think it's really bad. How to ruin your legacy, Katy Perry. I mean, I can go on and on this forever. Look how much there is. Okay. And then it gets even worse if you look at the recommended videos on here. What the fuck was Katy Perry thinking? Look at the video, the clips they're using too. How does this have almost 100,000 likes? I mean, views. See, this is the thing. It's popular to hate on her again, guys. It's popular to hate on her. This Katy Perry is wrong for this. Look at the photos they're using too. Like finding the worst photo they can. Vocal coach reacts. So the only vocal coach that actually doesn't hate her is the honest vocal coach. Actually, she really liked it, and she turned down some haters' comment. Here it is. She actually really liked it, and there's no replies. But there was a comment I saw her replying to somebody, being really kind of mean to her. She's like, "Oh, actually, I really like the song." So she's like the only one that like has made a video and liked it. That's like well known. Everybody else hates it, as you can see. But I actually found the article for this. They said that sources say Katy Perry is freaking out about the failures of women's world and blaming everyone but herself. That sounds very narcissistic. Let's keep going. Katy is now demanding that they go back to the drawing board ahead of the release of more singles, and they are adjusting the album right now in a desperate attempt to salvage her comeback. I don't know if they're actually doing that, adjusting the album when there's 2 months left before it releases. I don't know about that. Another source adds she was just insane to think that Dr. Luke was a good idea. She didn't listen to anyone. Instead of diving deep in creating art, she put something out that sounded like it could have been on an album first from 2010. That's exactly what everyone's been saying, what I've been arguing this whole time. And then here is the Daily Mail article, which I actually found this article right here. And ignore all these ads, they're going to be really annoying. But Katy Perry's freaking out over Woman's World flop and holding crisis talks and frantic bid to save her album. As insiders reveal her desperate plan to win back her fans. So, if we read this, I took a little bit of time reading it. That basically says she saw the failures of this song and she doesn't know what to do. She worked with, they misspelled TikTok, Dr. Luke, and now she's flopping because people don't want to listen to a song by him and it's not being successful. The problem, I think, with Katy specifically, not other artists that worked with Dr. Luke, is she has still an enormous amount of clout, and so many people know her. She's very well known in the pop industry still. She's not as well known as like Kim Petras or these other artists that work with her. Maybe there might be some other successful artists, but Katy had laid such a strong foundation and had well known for working with Dr. Luke. She was like the largest artist that still did, and she stopped working with him for a while. And the fact that she came back, started working with him again, was kind of a big thing that people did not like at all. So, yeah, it's also talking about the song plummeting on the US iTunes chart. It was like number 1 or 2 at one point, though. It was doing really good for the first day or two, but not since. And there was a judge. This is also specifically why Kesha fans hate Katy, is because there was a ruling against Kesha in 2020 that said that she had defamed Dr. Luke by saying that Katy Perry was involved in was also sexually assaulted by him. Katy Perry denied it, and then Dr. Luke sued her for defaming him for lying that he did that to Katy Perry. He also sued Kesha for money he could have spent working with Katy Perry, and so a lot of Kesha had to pay over $1 million directly related to the fact that it involved Katy Perry. So I will not deny that. I have seen that. I'm sorry to Kesha. It's actually really sad. It's really horrible what's happened to Kesha. It's unfortunate. And I thought Katy was on her side. They were friends. Kesha and Katy were friends since like 2007. There's a video that Katy cancels spread all the time. Katy says, "This is my best friend Kesha," and it was during Witness, and she was still friends with her. You would think, why would she work with this guy that clearly, like, she had serious accusations against and even some evidence against. Why would she ever want to work with someone that abused her friend?
Go back a couple frames. There we are. Here's my friend Kesha that I love so much. Kesha! This is Kesha and this is Bella, Marcus's dog. But Kesha and I kind of grew up in the scene in LA together, and we were both writing songs, working with some of the similar producers, and she is an incredible songwriter. And I've known her for, well, we used to like hang out, party together.
So that was her talking about Kesha back in 2017. Talking about how they worked with the same producers and they met and they became friends. Her and Kesha. But clearly, Katy didn't care. Here it is. So this is the whole thread. It's called, which I obviously would never want to, support hatred towards Katy Perry, but it's called "Why Katy Perry's Voluntary Relationship with Producer Dr. Luke for Her Come Back Insensitive and Problematic, an Important Thread with Evidence on His Abusive Behavior." It's on this thread. This is factually incorrect. According to Forbes, Katy Perry sought out Dr. Luke to recreate her early successes. That is actually an article by Forbes. They tried to pull out this, whatever the hell this is. Timothy Crusoe laid out a breakdown of what he believes he would have made in the future, which he claims would have been a lucrative 10-year period had Kesha not accused him of sexual abuse. He said he would have made this much money in producer and publishing royalties. To where I said, yeah, that's what he would have made if he was still working with Katy Perry. He's assuming that she stopped working with him for some reason. That doesn't mean they were contractually bound. And I don't think they were, because of what Katy said in her deposition. Katy willingly worked with him and stopped working with him because of the publicity. That is why she didn't work with him the past 7 years, 8 years, was because of that, not because of what happened to Kesha. This is all about the legal battle. See, this is when I talk about Kesha and Katy's friendship. So I'm just gonna skip into the part where we get into Katy being kind of involved in this case, right? Because this is all the evidence of what Dr. Luke did, the depositions, the court filings. And then here is them saying, a reminder, most sexual predators will walk free. So the fact that he was reported and he was in court, and I don't know if he was ever arrested, but most cases don't even get reported. So the chance of him actually doing something is fairly high, and more likely than not. Remember, he's rich and powerful, so he could have gotten away with what he did. Much more likely than a random rapist on the street, unfortunately. Here's the text message that we saw. I'm not going to repeat it, but them saying Katy Perry's mean, she was raped and whatever, was a lie. It was a lie, I think. But I don't know why they pretended like it wasn't. This thread actually debunks the other thread. And that's probably why they made it. Now you're thinking, why would you side with it? This is literally Kesha fan versus Katy Perry fan. Like I said before, the fandoms being at war. They're just arguing their own side. So why would you pick the side that's not even the one you're a fan of? Because I think it's the one that might be more correct. And I would rather be more correct than lied and deceived and spread misinformation. That's what the Katy Cats have been doing. They've been doing it for a while. Whenever Katy Perry voted for Rick Caruso, they didn't just say, oh, she voted for Rick Caruso. They tried to say, no, she didn't vote for him. It was fake. And then tried photoshopping or saying her mom coerced her or something. Not that she actually voted for Rick Caruso. So a lot of fans kind of aren't willing to accept some of the things she does, and then they attack her for minor things like reposting an ad that her dad made for a shirt. So it's a very strange. Kitty cats are a very strange group. He does, you read these stories, and he seems like he's very, mean to people and not someone you want to be around or work with, Apparently, Pink said something. This is what they said Pink said. I do not know what happened, but I know that regardless of whether or not Dark Luke did that, this is his karma, and he earned it because he's not a good person. I have told him that too. Wait, not content just airing this sentiment on the press. Pink also claims, I have told him that to his face, and I do not work with him. He doesn't do good business. He's not a kind person. He doesn't do the right thing when given ample opportunities to do so, and I don't really feel that bad for him. And you know what? I love Pink because she's a total fuck you kind of person. And she's just not afraid to tell it like it is. And I believe it. Look at this. It was a little bit like a deal with the devil, says Bonnie Key on contract with Dr. Luke. That's crazy. Here's a cute little photo. I don't know when that was, probably 2009, I think. And now we read. A is Katy. For context, Q is the person that's asking for the questions. It's like the prosecutor or something. Do you have a contractual relationship with any of Luke's companies? I'll start first with KMI. No. That's important. She just admitted that she does not. This was in 2021. I don't remember exactly what year, but it was after Witness. I know that. It was after she worked with 3 albums with him. Did you ever have a relationship with Luke's companies? So I guess that's a little different. Did you ever have a contractual relationship with Kamasavi Records? No. With Prescription? No. I mean, did you ever enter a publishing deal with Luke? Yes. So she was in a deal with him, but not with separate from like one of his companies. When was that? Beginning of 2007. So it sounds like a deal she made when she was after she got signed with Capitol. Maybe there was probably some deal within her signing with Capitol. They probably had a piece in there that said that she was to work with Dr. Luke for 3 albums. That was probably in the terms of her deal when she signed with Capitol, because they thought it would make her successful working with him. 3 records, right? I think it's 3 records. I'm asking Brad, my manager. That's what's his name? Oh my god, Bradford Cobb, her manager. That's her manager. Been a manager of hers for 18 years or so. That's her. Been a manager for a very long time. Basically, since she was signed, maybe even before she was signed. Yeah. So, remember, this is a deposition, and the other article mentions it as well. This isn't just a Kesha fan spreading this. It's real. This looks pretty official, too. It could be faked, but I don't think it's faked. So, yeah, she's confirming. 3 records, right? 3 records, right? So she wouldn't lie. It's actually perjury. It goes against the court if you lie. And if you lie at a court of law, it's illegal. So Katy is telling the truth unless she's illegally lying to defame Kesha, which I don't think she would do that. I'm pretty sure if this is in court, which it seems like it, Mr. Pearl, Mr. Chifo, it seems like she's being asked questions in court. If you read the transcript, there's also say like objection. So I think this was in court. So, and she says, just do your best. Okay, 3 records. Did you ever renegotiate the terms of your deal? No. So that means she did not renegotiate terms with Dr. Luke. There was only 3 records. That means after Prism, she did not have to work with Dr. Luke. After Prism, working with Dr. Luke became voluntary. That's what this deposition tells us. It became voluntary. That's the key shocking point here. Katy Perry voluntarily worked with Dr. Luke on Woman's World. Now, then the question becomes, okay, we know that. Now, is Dr. Luke actually a rapist or sexually assault Kesha? Well, then, if you read the evidence in this thread and anywhere else, it seems almost overwhelming that yes, that happened. The question is more of defamation, if anything, like the Katy Perry thing. I believe likelihood he probably did sexually assault Kesha. There are some details in the case that are pretty awful, and it doesn't seem like she would lie about it. It happens sometimes, but more often than not, it's true. And so, if it's more likely than not that he's a sexual assault slash rapist, and Katy Perry, knowing this, decided to keep working with him, and this is her friend. He raped slash sexually assaulted her friend, and she still chose to work with him, knowing that fact. Optionally chose to work with him. That's a revelation for me right now. It hits hard. That's tough. Have you ever had a dispute with Dr. Luke about writing credit on an album? Writing credit? No. So I'm guessing they had other disputes. Let's take a 5-minute break. See, objection, no foundation. I don't know what they're talking about, though. No foundation. Have you had any conversation with Dr. Luke about the allegation that Dr. Luke raped you? No. With Dr. Luke. So she never talked to Dr. Luke about this. So she's saying Kesha made it up, Lady Gaga made it up. Never discussed it with him? No. Have you ever even texted him about it? No. Have you ever texted with him about the Kesha? So in terms of, but Luke was using me as a pawn because it's a good play. To get some more truth. Well, this was something that Kesha chose to say. No, I know that. That's actually messed up. Luke was using me as a pawn. So he's saying that Dr. Luke was trying to use Katy Perry to help his case. Wow. Okay. But then the prosecutor saying, well, that's something Kesha chose to say. Okay. This is something that Kesha chose to say on her own, to your knowledge. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was until it was presented to me. I mean, she could have heard it as gossip. Huh. When they communicate suggesting that you're not strong to stand up to him, do you have any understanding as to what they're talking about? They think I was raped, and I was not. Now, so your new album, Witness, Dr. Luke is not working on that. Did not work with you at all on that. Correct. Did you have any conversations with him as to why? Yes. Can you tell us what those were? Because working with him at this moment would not be received well because of this lawsuit. Because of Kesha's public accusations that he raped her. Yes, and I would be picking a side. You never did come out publicly and support Kesha. No. And you never did come out publicly and support Luke. Correct. There was a concern if you did support Luke, you might be further criticized and attacked. 100%. So reading that, I'm like, wow. It makes you think she only didn't work with Dr. Luke because she thought it would ruin her reputation. And here she is working with Dr. Luke, and guess what? It's ruining her reputation. It's biting her in the ass. And you know what, Katy? I hate to tell it to you. You kind of deserve it. With a taste of your own medicine. You knew this was going to happen, and you did it anyway. So you know what? I think it's well-deserved that you get this criticism for once. The one time I think you deserve it, I think it's this time. Now, any other hate about the song or the music video, I'm not for that. I just hate that you worked with this guy again, Dr. Luke. Sure, he's a good producer. He's a great producer. He produces great. He was always a good producer. But just because he's a great producer doesn't mean you should work with him. Dan Schneider produced some of my childhood shows. Does that mean someone should work with him to make a new show today? No, because he's a pedophile. Just like Katy working with a rapist. Should I work with him? He made a good song for me a few years ago. No, that's not how it works. Don't work with criminals. Against Katy Perry. Like, the one thing where I'm like, wow, should I be supporting this woman right now? The only thing I've ever read that made me reconsider. It hurt. Reading this hurt. It made me think, wow, I can't believe Katy would say those things. That doesn't sound like the Katy Perry I know. And fans and everything. She has kind of stepped away a bit from that and the spotlight and all that. She doesn't communicate with fans as much anymore. on any social media platform. So she doesn't contact them as much. And she does out of touch things like continue to work with Dr. Luke. So, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to be a fan anymore, to be honest. If you saw her working with Dr. Luke like this, and you saw she barely makes music anymore, she barely communicates with her fans anymore. You have to find reasons why you want to stay, and I can find reasons, but I can understand why you'd want to leave. Uh, I I would never ever will never hate Katy Perry, never. But being obsessed with someone to the level that I have, or in love with someone the way I have, you know, maybe won't be like that forever. Who knows? I don't like making this video because it's not turning out the way I hoped. But it's starting to seem like I dislike her. I almost feel like you look at him and he makes me think, oh yes, this woman has made me so rich. Oh yes, she's my cash cow. Oh yes. A quote unquote panicking or whatever. It's She's freaking out. I mean, if that's true, why doesn't she need to just come out and say something? Like, hey, make a statement. Something needs to be said. Something seriously needs to be said. I can forgive her. This is something I can easily forgive her for. If she just says something, even an apology, something. But to ignore the issue, this huge issue that is potentially career ending, career altering, you can't ignore it. It's serious. This is something she needs to address. And if she doesn't address it, it it will be very bad for her image and future. And she will. I'm gonna mean it this time for real. And I'm not gonna come back and say I changed my mind. I mean this 100%, no doubts. She will never be successful ever again. She'll never have another hit. She probably won't even have another platinum single or album, maybe not even gold. She'll never be successful ever again. She'll drop out of the public eye. No one will care about her anymore, and she'll be just as bad successful as an artist from the 1990s that was popular today that had like 5 hits. Nobody's gonna remember her except for a throwback, as she said to Mariah Carey. Are they actually gonna try to rework the album? What source claims this, though? What source says they're demanding to go back to the drawing board? Who says this? I don't want Katy Perry to fall into a depression again. That's kind of fucked up. That if that's your goal, if that's what you want to do, just go away. Please. I've made my say. Katy, be better, please. Please just be better. I know you're better than this, Katy. I know you're better than this. You can be better. Please. Thing I wanted to say about Katy Perry is her whole message throughout her career has been about love and just love. Not just from Smile. That's been her message from the beginning of time. She's always been about letting the light in and love. Now, the issue I have with that is she becomes friends with like a lot of bad people. I think she tries to just be friends with anyone, and you can't be friends with everyone. And I think that's kind of a problem with Katy is she tries to be friends with everyone, but you can't be because if you're friends with everyone, you start becoming friends with rapists and murderers and just overall bad people. On top of that, to add, I'd like to mention that I feel like she has been surrounding herself with some bad or negative people in the past few years of her life, like her parents, who are staunch Republicans who voted for Trump twice and probably will be for a third time. She's also close with Sarah Hudson, who is a strong vaccine skeptic. Even Johnny Wujek, who's actually a cool guy. I can respect that one, but she's been around a lot of like vaccine skeptics, but of far right people, and now she's spending time again with a rapist. She's not being around a lot of good people, and I think that could be negatively impacting her as a person. I really hope that that's not the case. Um, you can also look back at the accusations and remember that she didn't believe that Ellen was mean when the accusations against Ellen came out of the people that worked behind the scenes with Ellen, she tried to say, no, Ellen's a great person. Every time I've been on her show, she's been really nice to me. She's always given me gifts. And she just denied the accusations, said she was a good person and that never anything ever bad happened to her, and that she still supported Ellen. You remember that? So, like I said, Katie surrounding herself with bad people and just not becoming aware and standing firm on the ground with people that are just not good just because she doesn't want to admit that they're bad or something. But this is not the first case of this happening, and repeated offenses is not a good look for her.